Hello YouTube, this is a Sim Basketball Operator bringing you an NBA 2K13 association commentary. As you can see in this association, the 2013-2014 season is about to come to a close. We have already clinched a playoff spot as well as the Detroit Pistons, and we are tied for the lead of the Eastern Conference. And right behind us is another division rival, the Chicago Bulls, but they're 6.5 games back. And then you got the Pacers sitting at 6th. So we have a really tough division. The Bucks are not that far off, but they're out of playoff contention due to the strength of our division. So we're really going to have to hold on as we take on the Pacers in this next game. And Paul George is going to go ahead and take on his old team.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Indiana Pacers today. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports fans. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. The starting five. This is our lineup brought to you by State Farm. And guys, taking a look at Paul George, what will we see from him?
Well, he's an exciting young player. Almost 6'10", great athleticism, length, dynamic finisher at the rim, and he can guard multiple positions defensively.
And you know what, Steve? His growth defensively has been just as impressive. He uses that length to great advantage, contesting shots and coming away with deflections and steals.
Earlier in the season, Indiana ended up losing their last game in this matchup against the Cavaliers. That made it 3-zip in their head-to-head games, a tough game ahead for them.
I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all around.
Yeah, I don't see any reason they won't be able to rebound from it.
Alright, and so I'm back. And as you can see here, facing off against the Indiana Pacers is a little bit different now that they don't have Paul George, who just hits that three right there. They got Chauncey Billups now, who's showing off some post moves right here, spinning out, hitting the mid-range jumper. And they're starting Danny Granger at the 3. They traded George Hill, I think, for Glenn Davis. And, oh, hold on a bit. Look at that lob pass from Ben McLemore to Paul George. So, yeah, as I was saying, they traded George Hill for Glenn Davis. David West, I think, left via free agency. And I don't know how they acquired Jordan Crawford. Poor transition defense right there. But Jordan Crawford takes a lot of shots, and he misses a lot of shots. As you can see, he loses the ball there. Somehow manages to pick it back up, and then throws it to our old friend, Alonzo G. And he hits the jumper. Alonzo G was a pain in the butt today. He got to the line a lot. And look at that standing alley-oop to Tyler Hansbrough. Yes, he is still on this team. He's coming off the bench behind Glenn Davis. I'm surprised they're not starting him over Glenn Davis. Here's Dion Waiters passing up the open shot, giving it to Mills, who misses. But Tyler Zell's becoming a force on the offensive rebounding glass. And he's able to also put it back up with ease. And here's Roy Hibbert, though, missing a jumper. The Pacers, like in real life, like to play their starters, and that became a problem for them. As you can see, Dion Waiters just blowing by the Pacers defense, which is usually pretty strong. And, oh, Orlando Johnson flying through the air. It's not even a fast break. He just windmills that. It's a really nice dunk. I didn't even know he could do that. Maybe I should draft him in that online association. But here we go, running our play, Hawk 4 up. This is turning into a pick and fade to Ben McLemore, and he's going to make that jumper. And as you can see, we got a little bit of a cushion at 5 points. Tristan Thompson missing the putback out to Chauncey Billups. I'm trying to guard Billups, stop the fast break. How is that not over and back? And because the refs don't call it, Billups is going to hit that 3. Danny Granger's had an off game today. As you can see here, he's going to barely miss that jumper. And then I'm going to throw a dangerous outlet pass to Ben McLemore. He's going to hit them with the Euro step. And it's a nice finish to give us a 2-point lead. Ben McLemore had a good game today. I don't know how I didn't run out of bounds there. And then we're kicking it over to Thompson, who hits the mid-range jumper. And it's an actually decent quality of a shot, so that'll be really helpful come playoff time. And then we're giving it to Thompson again under the rim, and of course he's going to put that one down. Jordan Crawford again taking a shot that's relatively contested. Outlet to Kyrie Irving. And we're going to attack. He's got Roy Hibbert on him. We're up by 6. This is a mismatch. Step back over the 7'2" mountain of Roy Hibbert. And of course Kyrie's not going to knock that down. Then they started full court pressing, which you know in 2K is like a disaster. And of course Ben McLemore showing us some finishing ability with that Euro step. But here come the Pacers, double teaming Billups. Here comes Granger, Granger, guarded well by Thompson, playing good defense, but the Pacers refuse to go away, getting 2 consecutive offensive rebounds, and Glenn Davis finally puts it in. But here comes another full court press. We're going to explode by Chauncey Billups, dump it off to Ben McLemore, who's going to get the bucket and the foul, and then he's going to kiss the guns. Will you look at that? The crowd's loving it. We're at home. We sport the best team in the NBA. Actually, the second best team. I think the Thunder have a better record than us. But all the same, it's a much improvement over last season and the many seasons before. Ben McLemore knocks down that 3. He's already up to 16 points, shooting 50% of the field, which is really good considering he's more of an outside shooter. And here we go. Roy Hibbert looks like he's wanted in on the post-up. DJ Augustine's still on this team. Here's a guy who's really underperformed in real life this season. But he's crossing over and then getting the nice little finger roll to go in the lane. And then here comes Jordan Crawford. Floated over 3 people and his own teammate. I don't know what he was doing there. Up to Chris Joseph. He's going to spin and then do an up and under. That move is cheesy, but hey, Chris Joseph, congratulations on the finish. Here comes Ben McLemore. Missing that jumper. It's a little bit contested. Out to Jordan Crawford. He's all alone. And he finally makes a basket. As you can see, 6 of 21. But they bring it to within 4, so I'm calling a timeout. We were in the bonus a long time in this third quarter. It really helps us out. Now here we go. Paul George coming out of that timeout. Giving it to him. Look at that quality of a shot and the open 3. And then here's Jordan Crawford spinning around, but he can't finish. But somehow he gets his own rebound. And he puts it back up and in. The Pacers refuse to go away, but I think we asserted ourselves that we're the better team. We just needed one more run, and we'll put this game to bed. Here comes Ben McLemore. Bad release. It doesn't matter. Giving us a 14-point lead. He's now up to 23 points. Fourth quarter. This is looking good for the Cavaliers. Get a solid win over a rival in the division. Here comes Danny Granger, motoring around those screens. Back to Chauncey Billups, pulling up for mid. And he misses, but Glenn Davis, even though he's tired, gets the rebound, but he can't put it back up. Kyrie Irving beating the tired Pacers down the court. And look at that nice hop step finish around Danny Granger. But fourth quarter is Kyrie's time. As you can see, he's just slicing the defense, using that acrobat signature skill to maneuver around the trees. And this is why Kyrie, even though we acquired Paul George from this team, the Indiana Pacers, he's still the star. Weird pass right there to Davis on the 3-point line. Over to Chauncey, pulling the 3, and he nails it. Chauncey Billups is also known to be very clutch. Had a decent game, nothing spectacular. But he can't hold Kyrie Irving. Here comes Roy Hibbert, Euro step, and 1. And that gives us a 19-point lead. Soon to be 20 because Kyrie doesn't miss his free throws in the fourth quarter, right? But yeah, this is looking to be a very convincing win over the Pacers. I predict them to beat the Knicks in real life. A lot of people do. Just because I just can't really like the Knicks because of the amount of chuckers on that team. Here comes, I think that was Crawford. He's going to miss that mid-range. Up to Kyrie. And then giving it to Thompson, who's going to pull another midi. And he gets that to go. Thompson hitting mid-range jumpers. You know it's over. And here comes Ben McLemore. And 1 on the jumper. Another and 1. As you can see, he is hyped. And this is worthy of a double replay. Pull-up jumper. And the foul. That's actually a nice camera angle right there. Falls to the ground. Fist pump. Ben McLemore just really fits with this team. As he gets a better player, I'm not sure how his morale would feel if he has to stay a 6th man, because I don't think Paul George can play the 4. But here we go with Kyrie. This is a young team. And here comes Paul George on his former team. Woo! Look at that behind the back. Sizing up and just dunking over Roy Hibbert. And this is not the slam dunk contest. Nice finish right there. Pull up on the rim. And now there's 2 minutes to go. Crawford's tired. He's going to miss that. Granger's tired. He's going to miss that as well. Thompson finally pulls in the rebounds. You see Granger's 2 for 14 shooting. That is awful. And then Paul George says, I'm fresh. I'm going to hit that 3. And that's going to be it, folks. We win by 24, another dominant victory, 119-95. That's a funny ending right there. So, nice win. Good win. Team really played well together. Showed our explosive offense and our strong defense. And it looks like that Kyrie Irving won MVP, or the player of the game, because he is our leader. I've said it multiple times. We're not going to grab a guy over Kyrie. We're not going to grab another franchise player over Kyrie. His skills are just worthy of the franchise player. Getting another player of the game to his collection. Now looking at the stats, Jordan Crawford had 24 points, but he shot 9 of 30 from the field and 0 for 9 from deep. Alonzo G gave us some problems. He had 15 points, 7 rebounds. I don't think I ever scored more than 12 points with him, so I was surprised to see that. Orlando Johnson gave them 11 off the bench. Chauncey gave them 10 points, but only 2 assists. Glenn Davis, 8 points, 10 rebounds. And then Granger was held to 5 points, which is a huge plus for us, and showed us the defensive capabilities of Paul George and his discipline on defense. Looking at us, Ben McLemore led the way. Slightly inefficient, he shot 9 of 21, but still finished with 28 points. Paul George, 25 against his former team. Kyrie, 21 points, 12 assists, 5 turnovers, but he played a great game nonetheless. Dion Waiters gave us 14. Thompson gave us a double-double, 11 and 10. Chris Joseph gave us 7 and 7. And so that's nice to see how our bench is kind of filling out. Yeah, Thompson led us in rebounding. Irving led us in points. This is what's probably going to see most of the time. And got some couple of blocks. But the turnovers we're still going to have to fix. And so we're going to be in the playoffs. Hopefully we'll get the 1 or 2 seed. It'd be nice if we finished with the best record in the NBA, but we will see about that. One more thing about that online association. I don't have the most flexible of schedules, and since the school year is coming to close, finals are coming up. So I would hopefully that you guys, if I send you an invite to schedule an online game, will you please respond, and that way we can get these games done. So you'll see some online association commentaries, as well as the continuation of our association series and my career series with Benjamin Smokovich. So yeah, that's the Sim Basketball Operator. More videos still to come, and I will see you guys next time.